Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about emergent narrative, which is a bit of a buzzword when it comes to video games and narratives, or interactive narratives. And basically what an emergent narrative is when the player comes up with a narrative or some kind of story event that wasn't really pre-programmed into the game itself. And these, the most common way that an emergent narrative will arise is through a game that is primarily just a system, or a game that allows the player a large degree of freedom to choose their own events or to make up their own kinds of stories. And these games are typically strategy games or world building games like SimCity, Theme Park, Roller Coaster Tycoon, those sorts of games, which are primarily systems, just databases that you click and scroll through to build whatever it is that you need to build or do whatever you have to do. And through that, you start to develop a story. So maybe if it's SimCity 2000, for example, you build a big city, a typhoon comes, it floods it, so on and so on. But today, I want to talk about Arma2, which is a military simulator by Bohemia Interactive, and I want to use Arma2 primarily because of its mission editor mode, which is what you can see at the moment. So what we have here is an empty map. So at the moment there's no narrative at all, there's nothing happening here. We just have this blank canvas in a way. There's no meaning here beyond just this emptiness. But what I've done is I've built a level which is called Scary, and still there's no real story going on, unless I zoom in a little bit, and you might get an idea of maybe what's going on here. And it's not until I actually go into the game itself and test my level that you'll get a sense of the story that I've developed. And this is an emergent narrative because it really emerged through my interactions, through my experiences, and through the knowledges that I've brought to the game. And this will start to make sense when I show it to you. So we'll load it up now, and I'll try and explain the story as I see it, the story that I sort of came up with putting this mission together. But the other thing that happens is that with a game like Arma 2, every playthrough of this particular level that I've created will be different, because every single actor within the game, all of the AI characters, will do something slightly different each time, and I'll do something different each time. So there's this emergent narrative that I've created just in the game itself, making this mission, but then every time I play this mission, emergent narratives will arise because something new will happen each time, partly because of how I react to certain situations. So we'll check this out. And I'm not very good at this game, and I never actually played the proper game itself. I was always more interested in just mucking about with the mission editor, just because the main game takes itself quite seriously, and I never really had time to learn how the game works properly, so I've just made up my own little scenarios. Okay, so we start off and we see that it's nighttime. Things are getting shot already. It's all very chaotic. There are dead bodies here. There's a dude strung up to a light post. This guy is freaking out. I'm freaking out. I've got mass graves everywhere, so it's already very horrific, and this is something that I wanted to do, which is give you a sense of the city on fire, and the city that's gone to hell, really. And I was inspired by movies like Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson, the mass graves. So the story that I started to develop in my head was that the Americans, your character, has come across these atrocities in this town, and just as you've discovered them, you've been attacked. So you start off and things are already going crazy, everyone's already dead, and you've just happened to survive that first assault, and now you need to survive incoming soldiers. And the way I've designed it is that I'm forcing the player to walk through these kind of horrific bits. And I was also partly inspired by what's going on in Syria at the moment, so I'm bringing in intertextual knowledge to influence my little story here. Civilian freaking out. And then I'll actually start to encounter the attacking forces, and we'll see how well I do. Usually I die really quickly. So there's a helicopter flying over above us somewhere. Okay. Oh, there's a guy over there. Oh. Ooh, okay, so I've just engaged the enemy.
Machine gunner. To our left, far.
But as you can see, we're getting flanked, so I'm freaking out.
Way. To our left. Man, way. To our left.
Oh, there he is. Oof. So I think I just got shot. I've decided I want to run away. I'll see if I can find the friend. So I've just been shot. It's all very scary. I can't see anything because it's nighttime and it's raining. Everything's out to kill me. I think that's the friend. My squad mate is telling me to shoot a machine gunner, but I can't see him. Let's jump over this fence. Let's see if I can. Whoa.
Front 100 meters, man.
Okay. I'm really in the thick of it now. So all of this, the reason why I'm letting this go on,
front close.
All of this is a kind of emergent narrative, right? The game didn't design any of this. Who's that? And just through the AI and through my own actions, this whole other story is developing. So I've tried to flank the enemy, but realised that I'm actually all by myself now. I can't see anything. There are no allies near me. I'm very scared. It's very rainy. There's a helicopter overhead, but I don't think it's going to help me here. Let's see how long I can survive. Oh. Oh. Oh, I got him.
One. Blue on blue.
Oh, no, did I just kill my own guy? Ah. Well, how's that for a story? And all the confusion and all my fear, I think I just shot my own guy. Oh no! Well, there you go, that's the story of how I thought I'd killed my own guy, and then got smoked by that dude lying prone in the grass. So that's all emergent narrative, right? Arma 2, the creators of the game, didn't make that mission, they didn't make or script any of those events. It all happened on the fly. It partly happened because I'd planned out certain waypoints for characters to follow. I'd made certain things drop from the sky to explode, so I created some fires. I chose the setting, but beyond that, everything that happened in that playthrough was a kind of emergent narrative. It was being kind of made up on the fly through my experiences, and I guarantee if I play this again, that won't happen. A whole different story will emerge. So I can guarantee that I can't replicate that exact playthrough again, because something new will happen, I'm sure. And that's why Arma 2 is fantastic, and games that are primarily systems, so Roller Coaster Tycoon, SimCity and so forth, can offer up just an infinite number of different kinds of story events or narrative moments because of their openness, their open-endedness. And you might not get a satisfying story that you'd get in a more linear type of game or a more closely crafted game like Half-Life 2 or the Bioshock games. You might not get that character development or a tight kind of moral, ethical story or whatever, anything like that. But you will get these spontaneous, surprising, exciting, new experiences each time, and that's pretty rad. So that'll do it for this little story about emergent narrative in a game like Arma 2. I hope you